Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Bandai Tamashii Nations S.H.Figuarts unboxing and review video. Now today we are going to be taking a look at my very first small-scale Naruto. Now people did seem to have an issue with my pronunciation of his name in the last video that I did, so I'll say it both ways. Naruto or Naruto, it's completely up to you, whichever you want to go with. Now I got mine from toyswonderland.com. Link for that is of course down in the description below. They have 12-month installment plans and an awesome reward system. What we are going to do now though is get the box laying flat in the light box and do the unboxing. Here of course we have the box art, and with this being my first product in the Naruto line, I didn't really know what to expect. We do have an open window showcasing Naruto himself, S.H.Figuarts, and apparently this is part of their best selection line. You do have a little bit of a read-up just showcasing what this line is all about. We've got an image of him on the side, and then another one on the back. Now I don't know how deep I'm going to go with this collection. I think for now I'll just stick with this guy, and then we'll see as time goes on. But of course, I'm open to suggestions. If you want to see more content based off this show, just let me know down below. First, in-hand impressions are pretty positive. I'm loving that punchy, vibrant orange. What we are going to do now though is get all of his accessories laid out in the light box and take a closer look at everything he comes with. Here we have all the parts and pieces, and as you can see, he doesn't come with a ton of stuff. This kind of feels like a stripped back entry-level release just to get you started with the line, just like we saw in the Dragon Ball line with Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. Now you do get two different faceplates, one with the iconic cheesy grin, and the other one with a very stoic expression. You do get a couple of style pose hands with the two fingers out, and then this hand with a peg. That actually corresponds with a port on his energy effect, and then it simply plugs in. I love the way it looks. It's got a swirling kind of effect to it, and it's painted with a metallic paint. Now, I've only just started watching the series, so he hasn't actually used this yet. Let me know what it does if you know down in the comments below. You also get two of his throwing daggers, also known as kunai. They are sculpted quite nicely. The tip is a little bit sharp, so do be careful not to prick yourself. And then surprisingly, the handles have been weathered. There's a bit of a wash over the top. I wasn't expecting to see that, but I'm glad that it's here. What we are going to do now though is get Naruto himself out here and take a closer look. Here we have him standing straight up and down in the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that. And for the most part, yes, I am pretty happy. Is he flawless? No, we will discuss that a lot more in just a second. But overall, yes, the proportions do look great. I love the punchy, vibrant orange they've chosen for the outfit. Both face sculpts I think are on point, and he does have a pretty darn good level of articulation, at least for me. What we are going to do now though is take him off the rotating turntable, punch in, and take a closer look at the details. Here we have him up close and personal. Now for the most part, there isn't a ton to talk about here. There's not a bunch of awesome paint on the surface, nor is there a ton of sculpting, but what is here is done to an exceptionally high standard. Now let's talk about the head sculpt first, and I know we've already spoken about the faceplates, but I want to talk about the overall sculpt. I love the little bandana out the back that is articulated so it can move around, and the hair looks great. It's a little bit messy, it's a little bit spiky, and it is vibrant yellow. You do have a high collar on the shirt, but at the very least it is articulated independently, so it's not like the neck is moving inside the high collar, which will limit range. You do still get the full range of motion, plus a fully painted and sculpted silver zipper that goes all the way from the top down to the bottom section, and it is on 3 separate pieces. That can get frustrating when you are twisting the waist and it gets out of alignment, so I just try and make sure it's all in line. Now you do have a little bit of detail on one arm and it is painted rather nicely, and nothing on the other side, plus the symbol on the back, which is fully sculpted and painted. You also have the little satchel attached to his back pocket, and then the little holster down on his leg here with the white/bandage section underneath. But aside from that, there isn't a ton else to speak about. Now we've already spoken about the hands, but I do want to touch on them on the body. They look a little bit comically large. I would have been fine with hands that were slightly smaller, because these do look a little bit goofy, and yes, you do get a bunch of other ones, but these are just slightly weird. I also love the sculpt of the wrinkling. I would have loved to have seen some paint in there, just to emphasize the shadows and the wrinkles themselves, but they didn't. They left them crisp, they left them without any paint whatsoever, so you just have to rely on the natural shadows to pick them up. Now, coming down to the feet, these for me are the weakest part of the figure. They're kind of a hot mess. The sculpt is very soft and they have been slathered in skin-colored paint, but it's not the same color as the hands themselves. These are a lot more saturated. I would have been perfectly fine with them actually sculpting it out of this material and painting on the black. I'm not exactly sure why they did it the other way around, but yeah, the feet kind of look rather nasty. Overall though, for the most part, yeah. So far, I'm pretty happy with this figure. Now for our quick side-by-side comparison, here we have Naruto alongside Goku, specifically the Saiyan Raised on Earth version. And as you can see, yeah, he's shorter, but to me, that makes sense. He should be a little bit shorter. Goku is a full-grown dude, plus he's known to be rather tall. I'm not sure if this scale is 100% accurate, but they aren't real people, so I think that we can allow it. At least I personally can. Hopefully I didn't offend anyone by saying that. I know we love our anime, but if you want to do some Elseworlds display of Goku vs Naruto, yeah, you could totally do it. Just going over articulation. Now bear in mind this is my personal copy of the figure, so I'm gonna be a little bit more careful. I'm sure when you get yours in hand, you can push the joints slightly further than I'm willing to go. Now, starting off with the head sculpt, there's a ball joint at the base of the head and another at the base of the neck. Going forward to there, going back to there, swivel, then pivot side to side. The arms go up to there. They will of course go forward and back. Shoulder has a butterfly joint which also incorporates a little bit of swivel, because as you can see, it's all one smooth sculpt for the bicep. No swivel is included. A double bend at the elbow, plus a hinge and swivel for the wrist. The torso has 2 joints, one up top and one down below, crunching forward to there, so not a ton, same thing going back, swivel, then a pivot side to side. Now the legs can drop down. As you can see, this one is now a lot lower than that one, so going forward to there, going out to there, and your swivel is up there as well. A single bend at the knee, but it surprisingly goes way past 90. A swivel and hinge forward and back for the ankle, plus lastly, some toe articulation. Just wrapping up on the S.H.Figuarts Best Selection Naruto. Now going into this, I didn't really know what to expect. I've never owned an S.H.Figuarts piece from this line, so this was all new to me. Also, I'm not already a massive fan of the character. I'm still learning, I'm still watching the show, and yeah, I'm having a ton of fun, but I'm not quite up to this particular version of the show yet. Either way, I love the figure. He is pretty bare bones. He doesn't come with a ton of accessories. He doesn't come with a ton of hands, nor does he come with a ton of face sculpts. But what is here is done very well. Would I have liked to have seen more paint applications, potentially on the outfit? A little bit more shading? Yes, absolutely. But overall, I think it's still a very solid release. The only big complaint for me is the size of the hands, specifically the ones meant to hold his kunai. They're too big, they look comically large, but everything else, yeah, I can get around. Now, I got mine from toyswonderland.com. Link for that is down in the description below. They have 12-month installment plans and an awesome reward system. While you're down there, check out the link to 6 Scale Network, the Facebook group. Come along, chat figures, share photos of your collection, and of course, see what's coming up next on the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.